Here we are on this beautiful Saturday, October the 7th. I am in Gulfport, Mississippi. I'm not sure where each and every one of you are at tonight. I rarely do an extra episode or an extra video throughout the week, but after seeing what happened in Israel, over the last 36 hours, just has my mind blown. I mean, I've been reading some stories coming out of Israel that just breaks my heart. Some of these stories, I was reading a story about a man. He was telling a news reporter that he watched his wife and daughters as they was being kidnapped by these militants, by these terrorists. And my heart breaks for him. My heart breaks that tonight he'll go to bed and he'll not know where his daughter is. He'll not know where his wife is. And I mean, it's rough. It is rough for this man and many others. Many others. I've looked at some of these pictures, that are coming out of Israel tonight over the last several hours, and here a man walks along a debris-strewn street in Tel Aviv, Israel, after it was hit by a rocket fired from Gaza on October 7th. I mean, when you look at these pictures and you see these buildings that have been blown up and these buildings that have been destroyed, my heart hurts tonight for Israel. My heart hurts for this man who is unable to know where his wife is and his children are, that was kidnapped by these terrorists. I read what the U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said. He said, "Our commitment to Israel's right to defend itself remains unwavering," and I'm thankful that he came out and said that. I heard what Joe Biden said today about our support, for Israel remains steadfast, and that we're going to continue to stand, with Israel. And I'm thankful that he said that. And I hope and I pray that he's just not giving lip service, but that we will help Israel. Now, look, we might disagree on lots of different things in life. We might disagree about the war in Ukraine. We might disagree on lots of different issues. But when it comes to the nation of Israel, I believe 100% that the United States of America, we must stand with Israel unwavering. When Israel is attacked, I see it as we are being attacked. I read this earlier. The U.S. could announce new assistance to Israel as soon as Sunday. But a dysfunctional Congress creates questions, and I understand that right now the Congress is having issues as far as the speaker is concerned. But I hope that we announce some assistance very quickly. Now I will say this. I have a brother that's in the military. He's in the Marines, and I'm not sure where he's at. I have a lot of friends that are in the military, and I am not wanting to send our men and women to Israel tonight, but I am all about sending, aid to Israel. I'm all about doing whatever we can as far as that goes. We just need to help maybe send Israel some rockets, send them some these Patriot missiles, do a lot of those things to help Israel. I don't think we necessarily have to send our men and women over there to go fight against these terrorists. I don't believe we have to. I don't believe we need to do that. I believe there are other things that we can do. And of course, I am no military mind. I'm not studied wars, and so I'm not here claiming that I am. What I am saying is that we need to stand with Israel, and we need to help them all that we can. We sent Ukraine millions and billions of dollars. We can absolutely do the same, if not more, and I think we should do all that we can to help Israel against these terrorists, because I believe at the end of the day, we're going to come to find out that it was Iran that was backing, these Hamas terrorists, and that was helping these terrorists get 15 miles inside of Israel. I was reading this, and I know that the death toll, I'm sure, is going to continue to rise, but it was the death toll rises to 300, and an Israeli official tells CNN. And so, I mean, it's going to continue to rise. And I know that Israel has already begun to fight and push back, and we need to pray for Israel. We need to lift them up in our prayers. We need to pray for their prime minister, Benjamin Netanyahu. We need to pray that God will give him wisdom, and that God will help him, and that he will listen, and we need to pray for them, as they begin to push back against these terrorists who are coming into their country. And this is their country, 100% their country. I read where Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel, said he said to hey, you better get out of Gaza. We are about to destroy that place, and I pray that they destroy these terrorists 100%. I am for Israel. I stand with Israel, and I pray that these United States of America will continue to do so as well. I believe it's very, very important. And so I want to encourage you tonight. I believe that it was important to do this video. And here, this is where I read where they're telling civilians to leave Gaza, to leave their houses because it's about to get bad there, in Gaza. And so they're telling them to leave Gaza. But I am asking each and every one of you, as citizens of this great nation, and as Christians, most importantly, to pray for Israel and pray that God will help them and give them strength during this time, and pray that God will give our elected officials here in these United States of America, pray that God will give them wisdom and how we can help Israel and how we can be an encouragement to them, and we can send them all of the aid that they need. And I believe that is absolutely very important. Israel is 100% our ally. They are our strongest ally in the world. And don't you think for a second that countries like Russia and countries like China and countries like Iran and countries like Iraq and countries like North Korea and these other countries, they would love to see the fall of Israel. They would love to see the fall of these United States of America. That's why they want to chant death to America, because they would love to see America fall. They would love to see America crumble. It would make them feel good about themselves if they see America fall. And not just America, but if they can't get America, I'll tell you what they're going to do. They're going to go after Israel and try to do all that they can to destroy Israel. And that is why we, as these United States of America, we must stand with Israel. Urge your congressmen to stand with Israel. Urge your senators to stand with Israel. Urge them to help and to support the bill and whatever it is, that we're going to help them with. Urge them to support and make sure that Israel gets all the help that they need, because it is absolutely very, very important. Whenever terrorists attacked us on 9/11, Israel stood with us. There were several countries that stood with us whenever Israel attacked, or whenever the terrorists attacked America on 9/11. Now, Israel has been attacked by terrorists, and it is just as important for us to stand with them as it was for them to stand with us. And so let's pray for Israel, and let's help them, and let's do all that we can to make sure that they have everything that they need in order to push back and to defeat these terrorists. And I am for whatever it is that Benjamin Netanyahu decides to do as far as defeating and pushing back against. He said it was going to be absolutely, he was going to wipe them out. And I pray that he does. 100% wipe them suckers out. Wipe them terrorists out. Anyone who wants to come into another country, number one, just come in the way that they did, these terrorists, and just start killing civilians and killing soldiers and taking civilians hostage. These men are animals. They are absolutely animals. And we call them terrorists, and that's a good word to call them, but I'm going to take it a step further. They are terrorists, and they are animals. And these animals need to be destroyed 100%. They need to feel the power, and they need to feel the power of Israel. And not just that, but they need to feel the power of these United States of America. And so I pray that we continue to push back and to stand with Israel. As President Biden said that he was going to do. He said that we stand with Israel and that Israel has the right to do whatever it is to defend their people. And I pray that Benjamin Netanyahu would do all that he can, in order to defend his people and push back. You got to remember something about Israel. Israel's not a very big country. I mean, it's a small country. Let me give you an example about how wide and how maybe long. So if you take Israel and just go 40 miles wide, now, if you know anything about Mississippi, if you go look at Interstate I-10. Interstate I-10 from Louisiana, when you cross over into Mississippi on Interstate 10 and cross over into Alabama, that's around 73, 74 miles. So Israel would be about 40 miles or so. It's smaller than that. And maybe from here, I hope I don't have this wrong. And some of you might correct me on this. And please, if I'm wrong, please correct me on this in the comments. But if you go to Jackson, and that's about how big Israel is, it's just a small country. And these people pushed in 15 miles. And so, man, we need to be praying that God will bless them, God will help them. But we need to be praying that God will give them wisdom whenever it comes to pushing back against these terrorists and do all that they can to destroy them. Because I promise you this, they sent, I read maybe over 1,000, 3,500 or so of these missiles into Israel. They would love to do that to America. They would love to send those into America. And so let's stand with Israel. What can we do? You say, what can I do tonight to stand with Israel? First thing you could do, and that's the most important thing, is to pray for them. Pray for them. Pray for their salvation. Pray for their salvation. You know, Israel, now I love Israel. I'm going to say this, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but it's just the truth. Israel doesn't believe in, they don't believe that Jesus, that King was the Messiah, and that he was the true Son of God. They don't believe that. So the most important thing is that we could pray for their salvation, and then we could pray for their safety. Pray for their safety, and pray for them tonight. And that pray for these families that lost family members. Pray that God will give them comfort, and pray that God will help them over these next few days. And then pray for Benjamin Netanyahu, and pray for their military leaders, that God will give them wisdom as they push back against Hamas. And then pray for our leaders here in America. Pray for our elected officials, that God will give them wisdom how we can help Israel push back against Hamas and these terrorist organizations that just not want to destroy Israel, but they want to destroy America as well. And so help me pray and for them. And I know that they would greatly appreciate that very much. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And continue to do all that we can here whenever it comes to these countries that are our allies and these countries that need our help. The greatest thing that you can do is pray for them. And so let's do that. When I get off here tonight, I'm going to pray for Israel. When I wake up in the morning, we're going to pray for Israel and pray that the Lord will help them and that the Lord will be with them. Thanks for tuning in. I pray that you have a great evening, and I hope that you enjoy church. And tomorrow, if you watch this on Saturday night, I pray that you will have a good time at church on tomorrow, which would be Sunday. If you watch this on Sunday, then obviously I hope you have a good day at church today. But God bless you, and God bless these United States of America, and God bless Israel as well.